Ben Beaton here. These works were created after my experiences, or reflecting on my experiences, at Lamington National Park in Queensland. It's actually located on the New South Wales-Queensland border. The layering of altered landscapes, so like a sequence of landscapes returning to these places a number of times over, references this idea of strata of sedimentary rocks. The colour in the landscapes in these images is influenced by the paintings of Turner. My landscapes are really in flux. That's really what I'm trying to create or get an essence of. They're landscapes of shifting surfaces that depict the passage of time. So with these aesthetic and spiritual sensibilities, the work has a great deal in common with the approach of many of the ancient Chinese landscape artists. So they went out into the environment, experienced the environment, and then came back to the studio meditating on the mood of the place. So these works are very much have that essence and sense of mood about them. So often, I'll go up for several days, you pass people on the track, but you generally don't see people that much, and then coming back to the studio and creating these works based on all of the documentation and drawing. There's a lot of drawing actually in these works as well. So the question has been, how, when the time scale, when you're looking at these incredible geological formations, when the time scale is so immense, how can considerations be given to landscapes in question with actual details? At times that's something that's in question as well in a lot of these works. So can one be true to or witness actual things that are almost static in time when looking at this kind of landscape work? It's really about the macrocosms and microcosms and the fluctuations of the ecology of life through deep time, and what elements of each ecology is passed on to the next ecological generation. So these are the things that I think about in these landscapes that depict these larger sorts of passages of time, and it's particularly seen in the Antarctic beech forests at the top of the escarpment.